Hey guys, it's me again, Ron Williams at Ron Williams YouTube channel. Natural Bodybuilder of the Decade, Natural Mr. Universe, Natural Mr. World, and also Natural Mr. Olympia. We have our Fact or Fiction today. You guys have sent in questions, and your desire is to find out, is this a fact, is it a myth, or is it fiction? And so what we always do is we ask the question first. We allow you as the audience and the Ron Williams group to answer it, and then I come back with my response to that question. So we're gonna jump right in. Here we go. The first question is, HGH or testosterone supplements are safe when they are prescribed by a doctor? Fact or fiction? If a doctor prescribes HGH or testosterone supplements, they're safe just because they're prescribed by a doctor. You answer the question. Okay, now I'm gonna answer it like this because I am not a doctor and I don't want to be found prescribing, but HGH and testosterone are exactly that. And they respond in the body the same way it would if a doctor prescribed it, or if you just went into the gym and found a buddy that could get some for you. It would respond the same way because it's still the same substance and the same what they call a supplement. So I would say, regardless if a doctor prescribes it or not, it's still as dangerous. It's just now legal. That's the only difference. One is legal and one is illegal. But does it respond in the body the same? Absolutely. Okay, here we go. Question number 2. You can trick the muscles into growing by switching up your exercise routine. Fact or fiction? If you switch up the exercise routine, you can trick your body into growing. Is that a fact or is that fiction? Well, I want you to know something. There's something really important that you need to know about your body, that innately your body is a survival mechanism. And it is a fact that regardless of what you do to the body, its number one desire is survival. So it goes like this. You cannot trick your body. Your body is smart. It does what it does. It just responds to activity, or it responds to the nutrition that you put in it. You will be fooled and you will become confused before your body does. If you apply pressure to it, then the body responds to that pressure. If you change the pressure, the body will respond to the change. Does the body get stagnant? I wouldn't say necessarily the body gets stagnant, but you can lift the same weights or the same type of exercises and the body adapts to it. If the weight is heavier, the muscles tear down, micro tear a little bit more, and if you feed it the proper nutrition and give it what it needs, it'll respond and it'll grow from that. So, if you're trying to trick your body, stop. You'll drive yourself crazy. You can't trick the body. Okay, number 3. The only way to get enough protein is to eat a lot of meat. Fact or fiction? I have to get a lot of meat in order to get enough protein. Is that a fact or is it fiction? Well, I would have to say that is fiction and it's a fact. So it goes both ways, depending on what you consider a lot of protein. Some people hate protein, they're vegetarians, so a lot of protein to them would be any protein at all. But a lot of protein, the body is only made up of 15% protein, 70% water, and you have fat in there as well. So, I mean, it's there's a very small portion of the body that's made up of protein. So you don't need an astronomical amount of protein. All of your enzymes, all of your amino acids, and all of your hormones are made up of protein. So you do need protein. But do you need a lot of meat protein? Well, the meat protein are the best sources of protein. And I normally start off when I'm teaching somebody about protein is to take 1 gram of protein per muscle pound to start with. And sometimes that increases throughout this series of tests, or it decreases. So, do you need a lot of meat protein? possibly, but also maybe not. So that would be fact or fiction. Great, let's go to the next question. The next question is this: fact or fiction, eating a lot of fat will make you fat. Fact or fiction? Okay, the way I want to answer that is like this. It requires fat to burn fat, but fat is fat. If you get too much fat in the body, it will absolutely increase the amount of body fat that you have. And the types of fat, all fats are not created equal. So you have your essential fatty acids, which means you have to take it in from outside, and that actually helps you decrease body fat. So the essential fatty acids are great to take in. Next question. Weightlifting makes you muscle bound. Is that a fact or is it fiction? That is absolutely fiction. What makes you muscle bound is not lifting weights properly. Now, what makes a person muscle bound? Say, for example, you're doing a bicep curl. You do a bicep curl and you never elongate, but you shorten the muscle group. You shorten the range of motion, and what that does is shortens the muscle group. And you never extend the arms. Your arms are like this because you never get a full extension. So because of that, you start to create muscle bound. And muscle bound is also a lack of flexibility. When you're working your lats and you're pulling all the way down, you keep that flexibility, but when it's a shorter range of motion, you end up like this, and the arms are like this, so you walk around with hardly any flexibility. The same thing with the legs. So the important thing here is to make sure you keep your flexibility. And the other thing that makes you look more muscle bound is the usage of taking steroids that forces the muscle to become so large that you can't move your body parts. If my legs are huge and extremely big, out of proportion of my hips, then my legs have to rotate around rather than going straight forward. And it's the same thing with my chest and my lats. My lats are so big that my arms have to sit on them like this. So that contributes to being muscle bound, and it also limits my range of motion. So flexibility is tremendous. You see a lot of people that walk around the gym on purpose like this. They want you to see how big and how they're in such tremendous shape. Which is, for a lot of people, they look at that and they wonder what's wrong with that person. But the person who's doing it, evidently they feel like that's a good thing. So that's it for Fact or Fiction today. If you like this video, I want you to subscribe and get as many people as you know to watch this video and this channel, and let's move forward. The channel is growing rapidly. And what's so awesome about our channel is it's completely organic to this point. And you guys are just awesome. And just know that I love you, and I appreciate your comments. Thanks. God bless you.